Hello, collective. Welcome to another reading. So, we're starting this reading with 3 conscious spirit oracle cards. Throat chakra, I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. Water elemental, I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. And third eye chakra, I see the wisdom of my higher self. Throat chakra is clarified by yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining, and telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. Those are clarified by the Two of Cups, which is a relationship or partnership, Death, which also has a couple on it, which is a little unusual. But death can mean the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. It can mean transformation, turning one thing into another. It can mean going through darkness in order to come out into the light, rebirth, things like that. But definitely an end to the way things were, in order to transform into the new thing that's to come. And that they also came out with Knight of Swords, which is someone rushing in to speak the truth. So that might be you, or it might be your partner, someone you're dealing with. The message cards for that was making up lies, not friends, no help, and spiritual bath. So maybe in the past you were dealing with some friends who were lying and no help. The advice is to take a spiritual bath, in other words, to cleanse and release anything that no longer serves you, including other people's energy and their bullshit. Okay. The next card was Water Elemental. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. That was clarified by reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. So when you're envisioning things, some of those things can become real. And that was tied with visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out of body travel. So maybe you've been having visions or dreams, whether those are at night or during the day, and the divine is asking you to understand that you are able to manifest some of those things. Maybe not all of those things that you envision in your mind and you dream about, but definitely some of them can become manifest for you. That is clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So practical, small change, new beginning. They say it's not how big the action you take towards your dreams, but how consistent. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but at least it takes some of the fear and overwhelm out of tackling an entire project or a huge dream or vision. If you can break it down into smaller steps. One thing I found a few years ago when I wanted to get a bunch of things accomplished in a short period of time is I made like a 5-year plan, a 1-year plan, and like a 6-month or 3-month plan. And the things that I worked backwards. So it was like, oh, if I need to have this done by then right now I need to be working on the first part in order to be able to do the second part, 6 months, a year from now. So that might be something for you to maybe plot your dreams down on paper and work your way realistically as a plan, from the end results back to where you are now, breaking each step down into small, doable items on your list. And I found that, like, for the 6-month plan and the 1-year plan, I got everything on there accomplished. But the 5 year plan, I didn't really get. I think I got like 2 or 3 out of maybe 10 things on there accomplished because other stuff kind of came in and, you know, took over. But my point is that by breaking it down to small steps, I was able to get a lot of the small steps done quite easily because I was only tackling one small part of it at a time. So the Page of Pentacles came out with the Seven of Wands, usually a card of having been put on the defensive. So traditionally, I've heard it said you've been pushed to the point where you now need to turn and defend yourself. On this particular card, the person isn't turning and defending themselves, they're kind of just flicking their wands energy back towards all the other wands that are flying at them. I think to indicate that although the person on the card is aware that maybe people are slinging words or making up lies or whatever actions, um, that the person on the card, so that would be you, collective, is aware of it, but you're not paying it much mind because you're on your way to do something, like you're walking somewhere. Either way, I think the Seven of Wands card is a good card to just kind of show you that if you feel like you've been backed into a corner, instead of getting upset that you've been backed into a corner, take that energy and turn it around and use it to deflect whatever is bothering you and get yourself out of that corner and back to a place of safety and comfort. So, for instance, if you feel like people have been overburdening you, then it might be time to have a, take stock and have a conversation with yourself where you set the healthy boundaries that you need in order to keep going. And if that means you have to say no to people, then sometimes you have to say no to them. If it means you have to put a new boundary there where there wasn't one before, you might need to do that. But you're just protecting yourself and setting your own boundaries and deflecting other people's energy back towards them. You're not attacking them or anything like that, but you're ready to defend yourself. That came out with the Page of Wands, which is that new, young, fiery, starting things fresh energy. So you might be starting something new, or you might have been starting something new, or maybe even the setting of boundaries on your path is new for you. I mean, I feel like we can all relate to that. Okay, so that came out with the message card friend, mirroring. Oh, so just those two, friend and mirroring. So you might be making a friend, or you have a friend who is mirroring something back to you. I mean, this did come out with reflections and water element and visions. So maybe this is a Pisces, or you're a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But yeah, the water reflects things back, it mirrors things back. Maybe here the water is representing the spirit world or the things that have not manifested yet. I don't know. The third card is Third Eye Chakra. I see the wisdom of my higher self. And it was clarified by Soul Cage, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction, and water flight. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. So, collective, if you've been feeling trapped or backed into a corner, or maybe a little lost or cut off from your spirit family, your higher self, this card might be telling you that it's time for your rescue. And since it's clarifying the third eye chakra, third eye chakra is all about tuning into your visions. So, like before, we had reflections and visions. This is about purposefully going within, taking quiet time to yourself, even if it's only a couple of minutes, focusing on your own mind, your own thoughts, your own dreams, and letting yourself expand into that vision so that you take the time to relax, you take the time to breathe. So what I'm seeing for you, collective, is you've had a bit of a slippery slope, difficult path, but you're fine tuning who you are. In order to do that, you need to be able to trust your intuition, understand that you can manifest in this reality. Maybe not everything you want, because it's not just about what you want, but we're cooperatively co-creating with the universe. So some things that you want are meant to be yours. Everything you want, probably not all meant to be yours. That's okay. You know, that we can learn gratitude in that as well, right? But what I'm seeing here is that you have big dreams, and there's been some interference, I would say, some twists and turns, but you are being freed from whatever was restricting you from going within and using your own psychic intuition, your own visions, your own meditation states, your own visualization. I feel like this is going to be very important for you, collective. And water flight says heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. So after being in a soul cage, you're being rescued. But the rescue is coming from connecting to your higher self, going within, using your own third eye chakra. And then we started with throat chakra. I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. So maybe part of what you're manifesting or going to manifest has to do with speaking the truth. But at this point where we're looking into the third eye chakra, I feel like your inner vision journey, your inner meditations, whatever you're going to be doing, collective, this is going to allow you to free yourself from whatever has been making you feel trapped or caged or held back or restricted or attacked or let down or whatever it was. This is like a new dawn for you, but it's by you going within. You go within, you find that quiet place in your mind, and you get really clear on your visions and your dreams, and maybe breaking those down into small actionable steps and creating a couple different timeline plans for that is going to help you not only feel free, but manifest something pretty spectacular. So that was clarified by Six of Cups, giving back to others, the Emperor, so he's the boss, and the King of Cups, so a very emotionally stable, mature, loving, generous, kind person. And then that was all clarified by humble. The message cards humble and overcome. So if you just stay humble while you're going through this process, you will overcome whatever has been restricting you or holding you back or down in the past. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading, collective. Take care. Bye.